Today on Nead Inspiration, it's about facing your fears. We've already faced Dr. Angie Monthei's fear of shooting a gun, and now we're on to our second fear, the fear of going to a chiropractor. Our guest, Molly Ford, has always had a fear of getting an adjustment, and now we're going to help her face that fear. We are at Complete Wellness Chiropractic, and we are going to talk about fear number 2 that we're addressing today, which is about getting adjusted at a chiropractor. Now, I got adjusted for the first time a few months ago. I've been doing a posture rehabilitation program with Dr. Angie, who you might recognize from the first segment. She looks significantly more relaxed than she did, because this time she's the expert. And she was the expert with me. I've had a lifelong battle with slouching, and I'm getting there. I'm a little bit better, right?
Yes, you are. We just had your re-eval and we're showing a lot of improvement. So,
but posture rehabilitation involves getting adjusted. And the first time I didn't act like I was nervous, but I really was nervous. And afterwards I had that customary relief that comes afterwards. So my friend Molly Ford is here, and she has expressed that she wants to do it.
I do.
But has that feeling of fear.
Definitely.
And so it's clammy. Well, she had heart racing before, so totally. You could probably talk her through this, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the question is, yes, what is it that you're afraid of?
You know what? It's just a stupid fear. It's unfounded. I know intellectually it's going to be great. A lot of people use chiropractors and get relief, and it works for a lot of people. I think it's just the fear of cracking my neck and I'll be paralyzed, or I'll be in pain, or
it's the movies. When the mean guys kill someone, they do it in a similar way to when a chiropractor is adjusting. I mean, it is what it is.
It looks, yeah.
It's the only thing that people are afraid of.
Yes.
Is that head thing. And I guess, I don't know if it's changed, but when I was young, if you saw anything about chiropractic medicine, they were like moving your head really fast, which is not what you do.
Right, no. Yeah, it's very gentle. We'll walk you through it, and just I'll educate you and let you know kind of what's going on and what the sound is you're hearing. So we'll just walk you step by step through it, and we'll get you adjusted.
So I want to just really quickly speak to the whole thing. I mean, obviously everyone's a little afraid when they come in the first time.
Oh yes,
and
definitely.
you've dealt with plenty of patients that have been in that situation. So what do you do to help them get over it?
Yeah, honestly, I love first-time chiropractic patients, because it's so fun just to see the relief and the reaction that they get after the adjustment. So yeah, basically I just walk people through it, and education is really the key. And a lot of times people are scared the most because they don't know enough about what is happening, and that's what is the scary part, I think. So
that's a great point.
Everything is.
I'm looking forward to learning.
Fear is always about the unknown.
It is.
I mean, at least most of the time, it's about something that you think is going to happen. So what we are going to do next is go through the process. She's going to examine Molly, and then we are going to, she's going to get adjusted, and you'll get a chance to watch. Up next, you are going to enjoy a little bit of encouragement from New Heights Counseling. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to your New Heights Counseling Resources Minute. I'm Jim Wilwarding.
And I'm Jessica Romy. Our bodies react to emotional threats in the same way we react to a physical threat, fight or flight.
Consider facing your emotional fears differently than fight or flight by taking small steps to desensitize yourself to them rather than simply avoiding them.
One of our biggest emotional threats is fear of rejection, like in relationships. So try step 1, identifying what you're willing to share with people, maybe your experiences or your hobbies.
Step 2, challenge yourself to talk longer to the new people that you meet, such as at church, at work, or at school. Step 3, evaluate what went well. If you've made it this far, you've survived.
And step 4, repeat the process. Make sure you don't give up. That's the key to desensitizing yourself to fear.
This has been Jim Wilwarding and Jessica Romy with New Heights Counseling, a place to grow, to heal, and to reach new heights.
Before Molly gets an adjustment, she needs to go through a little pre-screen to make sure she is in good health and can receive chiropractic adjustments. Molly looks a little nervous, but she'll do great.
Okay, so even though your main concern is your neck, we're gonna do your whole spine, because I'm feeling a little misalignment down here in your hips also, which is common, especially if you've never been adjusted before. So we're gonna do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do our first adjustment. And with the table moving, it just helps keep those muscles stretched and everything. Okay. And what you're gonna hear is just some clicks or pops, just kind of like when you crack your knuckles. That's just pressure being released from the joint. Our joints all have synovial fluid in them. Okay. So that's just that fluid leaving that joint, and when it leaves, it's a gaseous substance, so that's what you hear is that audible leaving that joint. All right, go ahead and let your arm hang down to the floor. There you go. Oh, crap.
There was your first one. What do you think?
The first one's the worst.
So far, Molly is enjoying her first chiropractic experience, and now it's time to face her biggest fear, having her neck adjusted.
This is your scariest part, right?
It is.
Yeah, and a lot of people share the same fear, and I always like to have the opportunity to help you get over that fear. So
The neck crack.
Yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm just feeling your neck, feeling for any misalignments in your neck or subluxations, which is a misalignment in the bone.
Dr. Ease.
All right, so just very gently, and the pops or clicks maybe a little bit louder just because it's a little closer to your ear. There you go. That wasn't bad, right?
No, it doesn't hurt at all.
No.
I thought it would hurt.
Yeah.
And she barely moves your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't make a noise.
I know.
At least I know it's coming. So
Yeah.
that's not as bad.
And we're going to do one more. There we go. Oh. See, that wasn't bad.
That was not bad.
Oh.
She is still moving. How do you feel?
I feel good that I did it. Just a fear. Learned a lot more about chiropractic care because I don't know anything about it. So, and I feel loose. But really, I'm just smiley. I'm
Yes, because it's all about the release,
Yes.
isn't it? And what would you say for the people who are watching? Because in addition to the particular fear you had, which is about getting an adjustment, it is about facing fears. What would you say to the people who have a thing that, you know, intellectually you know that it's not such it's not a crazy thing to do, but just fear? What would you say?
I think you have to be educated. Go to a professional, get educated, take the time, ask some questions, and then I think intellectually you know it's going to make sense at that point. You're educated.
Yep.
And it's worth it. I think you have to think of the end result.
More about facing your fears when we come back on Nead Inspiration. Today on the show, it's all about facing your fears, and so far our two guests, Dr. Angie Monthei and Molly, have faced their fears, and now we're on to our final fear, the fear of heights. With our guest Dave Wisniewski, who has a terrible fear of heights. We are at Climb, Iowa, and I'm with Dave Wisniewski. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
I got it out. And Aaron Stevens, and you are the general manager, is that right?
Yep,
of
that's
Climb,
correct.
Iowa. And we are going to be climbing up these walls. So Dave, I am going to ask you what I've asked the other two people who faced their fears earlier today, is how do you feel? You have a fear of heights.
Yes, very big fear of heights, and I'm very nervous right now. When I get up high, I just freeze up like I'm just scared to death I'm gonna fall, my body locks up.
Right, so you're gonna do this.
Gonna try.
When is the last time you were up high? Has it been a while?
Long time. I
Okay.
don't put myself in those positions.
Well, I appreciate you doing this for Nead Inspiration. And can you give any words of wisdom? Because obviously you're around people all the time who are afraid of doing this sort of thing.
Well, I am severely afraid of heights. I've been climbing now
The
for 12
irony
years.
of this.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly right. So yeah, I've been climbing for 12 years, and it's just learning to trust the people you're working with, trusting the equipment.
We are going to put ourselves in Aaron's capable hands, and when this is all over, I think that Dave is going to be very relieved, and you'll have kicked the fear's butt. So we're going to do that right now.
So one after another, Dave, you can do it.
Dave's halfway up and things are looking good.
All right.
All right.
I got you, Dave.
It is the craziest feeling, this part. I would just look at your feet and not look down. Nice! You did it! Give me 5!
Good job.
It's kind of hard to do, isn't it?
Not so much hard as
It's stressful.
Dave made it, and now facing his fear is a reality. So Dave climbed, you saw it. What do you think after you did it? You are really afraid of heights.
I'm definitely afraid of heights, and that was
What were you thinking while you were going up?
don't fall.
Right?
But I was just trying to hang and hug the wall as best I could.
Yep.
And not look down.
And for the people who are watching, who are afraid of something, we don't know what it is, everyone's got their something, what would you say to them about this particular experience? Don't tell your best friends what you're afraid of? Or
Well, just to try it, and sometimes maybe it's not as bad as you think it might be.
Right. Absolutely. And what do you think about how he did?
I think he did great. Yeah. He just kept going, persevered. You could tell he was focused, but he wanted to get over.
Yeah, he wasn't chatting a lot, was he?
Yeah. No.
I was scared.
But
well,
yeah.
I hope that you are all as impressed as I am with Dave and Angie and Molly, and thank you to all of you for letting us participate in something that you're very afraid of. And I hope that that encourages you to face your fears. I know it does for me. I am afraid of doing some stand-up comedy. I have to do it. Now I've said it. So I said to Dave that I owe him one. And if you want any more information about the tips or the information or the locations that we were at or talked about today, just go to neadinspiration.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Nead Inspiration. We're proud to bring a new episode each and every week. Stop into Des Moines Motors and see our incredible line of noble cars, electric motor vehicles, and quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. We'll see you on the next episode of Nead Inspiration.